Hi everybody, welcome back. This is April with Plan with April. Today I want to show you a budget book that I had ordered off of Amazon, and I will definitely put the link down below. So I don't know that I will show the actual amounts and stuff of our expenses and income on this channel. I will, however, if you want to see them, I don't know why I went into that accent, I will do the month setup so that you can see kind of how I'm doing the setup in the book. Of course, I'm going to be using stickers, washi tape, and all the things because part of doing this budget planner is to make it fun and pretty so that I go back to it. This is it's a fox and something. A fox and something. Does it say on the inside? Clever Fox Budget Planner. I got the red, which I really, really like. I thought about doing a green because it's a budget planner, but then I'm like, no, I like the red. It's a very, it's almost like a tomato, like a burnt tomato red. You're like, what is up with these descriptions? I know, burnt tomato red budget planner. It also came with 3 sheets of stickers, as you can see here. They're really pretty. Of course, they've got the rose gold, which I love. I don't know if I will use the stickers, but they're here if I want to. So there's a pocket in the back to put receipts and stuff in, which I think is great. And then there is a pen loop. I don't believe this is going to be a mobile book. Let me fix this really quick. This is not going to be a book that I take with me. It'll sit back here in the office. And then, as needed, probably every evening, I'll kind of touch base with it. There's 3 ribbons, 3 marked ribbons to mark your place. In the front, it says, if lost, please return. Could you imagine if you lost your budget planner? And then it says your reward. Yeah, what do you want? What kind of reward would you like? Obviously, they know your finances, so be realistic with that reward. So on this first page, I like this, my financial goals. There's 10 goals on here. My mind map. And again, you can customize these pages with just a little bit of whiteout and some creativity. You could, change my mind map into something else. You could do your goals differently. Anything is possible. And I think that's what I absolutely love about these notebooks. They're very neutral, so you can add any color or lack of color. It's up to you. I'll probably stick pretty black and white in this book. I don't know. I say that, and you guys watch my channel, sometimes I say I'm going to do all neutral, and then all of a sudden we're having a rainbow week, and it's like, what? Yeah. So my strategy, new skills I need to learn to achieve my financial goals, my money affirmations for wealth and prosperity. Now, I'm going to stop right here for a second. I am not seeking a gajillion dollar, wealth in my life. After losing my grandma last week, I will tell you, I have reevaluated, how much stuff I have accumulated in the past 48 years. And I will tell you, we're going to have a purge of stuff in our house so that it's less overwhelming should something happen. And I know that sounds gruesome, but I'm just saying. The other thing is, all growing up, my grandparents did a ton of traveling. They went, they went back east, they went overseas, and then 9/11 hit. And my grandma decided that, air travel really wasn't an option for her anymore. And so they drove places, but as they got older, driving gets more difficult. So they kind of stopped traveling. And I remember my grandma telling me, don't waste your time, working all the time. And my grandpa, from the time I can remember till the day he passed away at 89 years old, I don't remember him going to work maybe more than a year, and then he retired completely. I know, sidetrack. My goal is I want to be able to be comfortable, but I also want to be able to save enough money that we can go and enjoy the world. The world is a smaller place than it was in 1970, right? Or 1980 even. You can go wherever you want to go as long as you have the funds to do it. So, actions I will take to earn more money. That one's going to be tough. I feel like my time is already slim. It's very, very slim. Actions I will take to cut my expenses. Ew, like a no spend that I always fail at. Important dates. I do like this. So if you have things that you know ahead of time that are going to be either expenses, probably expenses, but even like an income coming in. So like I would make sure and put on here, like we don't have rubbish service out where we live. We take our garbage. Wes takes our garbage to the dump, to the landfill. So I would put on here, you know, every month landfill, just so I remember. This is the first time too that I've really looked deep into this planner. I flipped through it and kind of marked some stuff, but this is the first time that I've actually flipped through it. This month's goals, checklist, income amount, savings amount, and then this is a monthly calendar down here, which this is what I'm talking about. I'll set up with you guys so that you can kind of see how this layout is. And then if you get this book, we can just plan a day that we plan together and fill it all in. There is some stuff on the monthly budget that is already filled in. I have mixed feelings about this. For expenses, you've got mortgage, rent, insurance, maintenance, electricity, water, sewer, gas heating, waste removal, phone, TV, internet, and then you've got a couple of blank spaces. These are really light, so you could write over them or white them out and then write over them, which I will probably do. So we'll see. Expenses, clothing, personal care, sports and gym, groceries, dining out, student, and then student loans, credit cards, insurance, medical. So, I mean, it's broken down into good categories. Other, transportation, entertainment, healthcare, loans, food, personal, and housing, which is really nice. And then down here, it's got the total budgeted, total actual, and then the difference. And then we get to the expense tracker. And if you are as old as I am, you remember the check registers that used to be in your checkbook that you would fill out every time you spent any money, right? I don't do that anymore with my debit card. And I think that's why I make it so easy just to spend like $5, $10, $15 here and there. And then when I do look at our account, I'm like, wait a minute, where did that $100 go? And then I look and I'm like, oh, well, it was my $15 Starbucks card refill. It was my $20 AliExpress order. It was my $5 free Friday at McDonald's. You know, it adds up. So being able to keep track of this, I'll come home in the evening. Maybe I'll do it in the morning. I'll do my journal entry and then I'll sit down and go through the bank account and see. It just made bread, so I have flour on me. Go through the account and just like write everything in. It's also going to help me in figuring out where we're spending our money. Like, is it AliExpress? Is it Amazon? I guarantee you it's Amazon's part of the problem. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm the problem. But where am I tempted to spend our money? So then on this, you've got your budget review. So you've got your opening balance, your total income, your total expenses, your difference, your total savings, and then the balance you're moving forward to the next month. And then in here, this is the spending analysis. And I might change this just a little bit because there might be some things I want to track that's different from this or break it out a little bit more. So like food, I might break out a little bit. And then healthcare, we don't have, knock on wood. So I don't know that one's going to be a big one other than just like our checkups and stuff. Well, I guess I could put, okay, I'm thinking in my head, there are voices. Okay. My biggest wins this month. I like this. I like that you get to fill it out and kind of keep track of it. Did I meet my budget? If not, why? Did I achieve this month's goals? If not, why? This is what I learned this month about, by tracking my expenses and what will I do within 1 month to improve? I like this. I like this idea as a notes page, like brainstorming the end of the month, what worked, what didn't, and then coming up with a plan for, you know it, the next month. So then this repeats quite a bit and they're undated. So you can go as long or as little as you want. So all of these pages here are exactly the same. They're going to be your monthly setups. I almost got a bi-weekly one because I thought that would help me, but then I was like, no, don't make it more complicated than it has to be. This is a trainable lay flat book, but you have to train your dragon. Like, it is not going to lay flat just opening it up. In the back, there is a savings tracker, and it has savings for amount needed, due date. So let's say I want to go to Europe and I want to do a European tour of X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to put that down there, right? And I'm going to say how much I need. Date due, there's not really a due date on vacations, but I would put when I want to go by. Like, is it 2025? Is it 2026? Is it 2027? Bum, 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 bum. Just throwing out some years there. And then keeping track of when you deposited your money and what the growing balance is. Now, I will tell you, if you are saving for a large trip, and let's say you get up to, I don't know, a couple $1,000s, even $1,000, check with your bank. We use a credit union, and right now certificates are 5.05% interest for a year, per year. It's an APR, annual percentage rate. Drop that money in there. You're not going to need the money until X amount, right? So put it in there, let it earn interest. And I will tell you, if you can do that for a couple of years before you go on your vacation or your trip or whatever you're planning on, and you don't need that money, you can set it aside and truly let it just be for that event, then you're going to make money off your money. So I just want to throw that out there. That's a little budget secret. Check with your bank. Credit unions usually have a higher percentage rate that they offer their members, but banks sometimes have, pretty good rates too. Usually they're a point or two under what a credit union is, half point to 2 points. Okay, enough about that. Debt tracker. So you've got your debt here, debt here, debt here. There, we don't have this much debt, like loans and stuff, but I could also, like if I run out of the savings tracker, I could put in here, a trip to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, right? And instead of calling it the debt tracker, I could cross this out and I could say vacation tracker, or Mexico all-inclusive, and then instead of putting the debt name, put the adventure, like what we want to do, where we want to go. Again, you can customize this and make this into anything you want that's going to work for your finances. And then back here we've got a holiday budget, which I have never done a holiday budget ever. I do really like this idea. So you've got your categories, your budgeted amount, and your actual. So gifts, wrapping and cards, groceries, and decorations. Okay. That's going to get out of control super duper fast. It might be like at the end of the holiday, you go back in here and you like add things up because yikes. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm like, that is not enough lines to keep track of all of this. It's just not. This is a good idea, holiday gifts. So put the person that you're wanting to get a gift for, what you think you want to get them a gift for, what you budgeted, and then the actual. That is a really great way to kind of stay in a budget, especially if you have, multiple people you're purchasing for, and you are, a lot of times I will do, so we exchange stockings for Christmas, and it's just the amount of gifts that are in the stocking have to be a certain amount so everybody finishes opening at the same time. And this is not every year, this is just some years. Other years it's the dollar amount that has to be met. So, or can't go over, not met, but can't go over. So this would be really good to kind of track that. And then you have your holiday spending amount here. So this would include the little things that you get at, on your grocery order, like extra decorations for the tree, or, you threw in some cupcake liners that have reindeer on them, or, something like that. I also think you could, well, they only allow for one holiday. Is that right? Do they only allow for one holiday? Yeah. Okay. I was going to say you could do it for Thanksgiving too, because Thanksgiving gets pretty pricey as well with just food. This is a regular bill tracker. So this is like your ongoing, your power, your internet, your phone, those things that are kind of fixed that you don't have any much fluctuation with, although power, water, sewer, those do tend to fluctuate a little bit. You put the bill and then the month, and then Is that right? I'm going to have to look at this one. Bill? Oh, you put the bill down here. So like power bill, and then January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's how you do it. I had to figure out what they were saying, like bill month. So then you can see any kind of trends, which will help you next year when you're looking at your budget. So if your power bill is higher between the months of November and February because you live in the Pacific Northwest and your pellet stove's going all the time, and you look back at last year and you're like, oh no, this extends all the way into May. It's gonna be May. And you're like, oh, we need to adjust our budget a little bit. So I think an overview of bills is a really good idea. Summary of the year. So you're going to put in your months at the top, all 12 of them. Monthly expenses summary. So this is where you're going to do your categories, and then you can break them out even further if you want to. So under food, I might split that out for going out for food. Entertainment, vacations, anything you could possibly think of that you wanted to summarize for the year. And then this, oh God, this is an actual check register. Do you guys remember these? So your debits, your credits, your balance, all this good stuff. This is when you get like your payday, you put that in there, and then you keep track by every single thing that you deposit or spend out of your account. Trust me, this would be good for maybe 2 weeks. And that's what I want to control, is the amount of money that I'm spending every stinking day. I don't want to do a no spend. I just want to be aware of what I'm spending and where I'm spending it so that I can kind of dissect it a bit and see if I'm just doing a dopamine chase or if it's stuff we actually use. I'm going to guess that 75, 80, probably 99% of it is a dopamine chase. That's just what I'm thinking. Account information. I think this is great. Password hint. Never write your password. And make sure your hint is confusing even for somebody who knows you very well. And then we've just got some bullet journal pages back here. Some dot grid. How many? Okay. So realistically, you guys know how I feel about swatching it. This would be perfect pages to do your pen tests, so you know what the pens are going to look like. You could even do something really creative and set off your months. Like this is going to start in May, and it's going to be May. So I could draw a box here and do May 2024. I could put in the washi tape that I'm going to use. I could put in the pens that I'm going to use. I could keep everything like right in this box, and then every month do a new box so that I knew, you know, I'm going to be using the Tombow N79 as my highlight this month, or I am going to be using the, I always have such a hard time reading these, the mild liner beige. Well, that's fitting, beige, because I feel like this is going to be a very aesthetic planner. I could do greens. I could zhuzh it up. You know I will. I will say it's going to be this way. And you know me. You know me. Okay. So that is the budget planner that I got. Let me know if you also have a budget planner and what that looks like. Is it something that you draw out in a notebook every month? Do you do a bi-weekly? Or do you do monthly like this one is? I'm excited to pop in here. I'm excited to get things down on paper. It's my plan this week to get it done. So once I do sit down and kind of I'll probably do the month of May on my own. I probably won't film it, just to kind of get a feel for where I want everything to be in the book. And then for June, I will plan a day to show you how I'm setting up June. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share a like below, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are looking at getting a budget book and this one looks like it would be right up your alley, I will tag it down below so that you can also check it out. Just know that link down below is an affiliate link, so I do get a small kickback from Amazon, which goes into, you know, my habit of buying things for a dopamine fix. I love you. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.